With more companies telling employees they need to return to the office, workers are being offered maybe some incentives to come back, and some of those workers are finding new ways to game the system. Tom Gimbel is here with more on this. Amazon might be the biggest name we've heard about saying you guys have to come back into the office 5 days a week, and now we're hearing maybe some other buildings won't even be ready to welcome all their employees back.
Well, that's the problem. We're going from one extreme to the other.
Yeah.
And so, but we saw it with Wall Street, and then people said, well, those are the finance people, so that's okay.
It's fine.
And then
It's
when
them.
Amazon came out, and then more of the tech companies begin to do it, and it's a little bit of follow the leader. And so people are saying, oh my goodness, this is real. I'm gonna have to come in, whether it's daycare, whether it's doggy daycare, whether it's figuring out parking situations. All sorts of stuff is really running through people's head at the end of the year.
It's a lot of logistics to figure out.
Beyond.
Are companies offering people any sort of incentives to get them to come back, or is it simply, if you want your job, please be in the office?
Yeah, I think those days are a little bit long since past.
Okay.
And now it's saying, we want our people in, come back to work. Now, there's always going to be certain situations. I think so many people are like, if we do this, people are going to revolt, and that's not the case. There's always exceptions. However, for the rank and file, if you don't have extenuating circumstances, be prepared that your company is going to call you back in. And I think now it's going to be one of those of, you've watched the news, turn on the TV, read the paper, whatever it is, but be alert and realize it's not too far-fetched.
This is the trend. This is where it's moving.
Absolutely.
But there are some ways that employees are skirting the system or maybe skirting the rules. There's something that's been coined coffee badging, where you badge into the office, chat with your coworkers just enough to meet the requirement.
Exactly. They want you in 2 days a week, so you're coming in and you're using that purely. You wanted it to be social, so I'm going to be social and kind of
collaborative,
poking at the boss a little bit of saying, I'm here, but I'm not going to do necessarily more. And I think it's kind of where society is as a whole. And I think that's kind of the problem is you're paid to do a job, go in and show up the same way and do your job. The same way that if you ask somebody to come to your house, you want them to do the painting or clean the house or mow the lawn or take care of the baby, whatever the job is, you'd want them to do it. And when you're called into the office, you need to do the same thing.
There is a study out of the UK that studied the health of people who were working from home versus maybe being in the office. And there are some health benefits to doing the job at home. Lower blood pressure, less likely to call out sick, so you can juggle more things. I guess that isn't enough, though, to have companies say, we see the benefit here.
Well, I think the issue is that companies are saying is it's great that there's certain aspects that maybe not having to commute, there's a little bit less stress. However, the end result of what we're trying to accomplish as a team is lacking. And of course, I think if you're an employee and you don't want to commute, you don't want to go into the office, you're going to show all these things. I'm getting this and this and this, and you're going to show all these issues that are really pro being at home. But at the end of the day, the company feels like if we're all together, we're going to accomplish more. And I think the other secret that's out there that's not much of a secret anymore is, if you don't want to come back and we can slim our head force a little bit, that might not be a bad thing right now.
What about reflecting on 2024? If 2025 is going to be the year of change, new year, new me, new job, just some quick tips on how to frame yourself up for that career move.
Well, at the beginning of the year, it's not just about going to the gym and paying that membership. Sometimes you want to get your resume in shape too. And so many people are at the beginning of the year saying, maybe it's time to look. Now, I think you should do it. It doesn't have to be January, whenever you're feeling that urge. But number one is just make sure that your resume is clean and ready to go in case a recruiter calls you or somebody wants to talk to you, number one. Number two is make sure you're making a good impression. Everyone does what's called a backdoor reference, and that is they call somebody who may work at that company. And if you're not showing up when you're supposed to, if you're leaving early, if you're doing the coffee badging, if you're doing those things, it's not going to reflect well. Think that everybody's going to talk to somebody. And always behave like you're interviewing.
Always behave like you're interviewing.
Absolutely.
It's a lot of pressure.
It's a bit. Almost as much as being here with you.
Oh, no, this is no pressure at all. Tom Gimbel, thank you so much for being here. Great to talk to you, as always.
Happy holidays.
Happy holidays to you as well.